Welcome back, everybody, to Deep Dive. You know we love getting our hands dirty digging into the details, and today we're tackling something that's literally over our heads.
Hopefully not literally.
Uh-huh, right. Well, that's why we're here. We're talking roof repair. Thanks to all of you sending in excerpts from Bob Tuttle's Roofing Guide. And man, I gotta say, this is fascinating stuff. We're going to be talking about the sneaky signs of damage you might miss, the importance of finding the right people to do the work, and how a good roof is about way more than just stopping leaks.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you think about how this one part of your house kind of impacts everything. Like most people only think about their roof when it's, actively dripping on them.
Right.
But if you take care of it proactively, it can actually prevent a whole bunch of problems down the line.
So let's get into that cascade effect.
Hmm.
Bob really emphasizes that, a damaged roof isn't just a minor inconvenience. It can set off this whole chain reaction.
Exactly. Think about it. Like, imagine you have a small leak, just a little drip. Doesn't seem like a big deal. But if you ignore it, water gets into the insulation, destroys it. Then it spreads into your wall, starts creating mold.
Oh, no.
And suddenly you've got serious health hazards and repairs that'll cost you a fortune.
Total nightmare. But Bob also points out that a well-maintained roof can actually help your roof last longer.
Right.
It's like going to the doctor for checkups. Catching those small problems early can prevent the big ones later on, right?
Exactly. And it goes beyond just keeping your roof from falling apart. Did you know a well-maintained roof can even lower your energy bills?
Wait, really? I would never have guessed that. How does that work?
Well, your roof is a big part of your home's insulation and ventilation system. You can think of it as a sealed envelope. If that envelope is damaged, you get drafts, leaks, bad temperature control, and your heating and cooling system has to work way harder.
Oh, that makes sense. So a good roof could actually save me money, right? So we know taking care of our roofs is important, but what actually causes all that damage in the first place?
Well, Bob breaks it down into a few categories. Some of it is obvious, like extreme weather, hail, wind, heavy rain, all that can really do a number on your roof. But there's also the natural aging process that happens to all roofing materials.
So even if you baby your roof, it's still got like an expiration date.
Yeah, unfortunately, every material, no matter how good it is, breaks down over time. Sun, rain, wind, they all take their toll. So you got to be realistic, plan for eventual repairs or even a replacement.
So it's not always a sign that you did something wrong if your roof starts having problems.
Yeah,
Could just be old age.
exactly. And then there's neglect and also mistakes that were made during the initial installation. Those can come back to haunt you years later, and that's why finding a good contractor is absolutely critical.
Okay, let's talk about contractors. I think a lot of people find that whole process intimidating. How do you even know if you're getting someone who knows what they're doing?
Yeah, one of the big things Bob points out is the use of subcontractors. So these are like temporary workers that the roofing company hires, and they may not have the same level of training and experience.
So even if the company itself is reputable, the person actually on your roof might be cutting corners.
Unfortunately, that happens sometimes, and that's where things like manufacturer specifications become so important.
Okay, so this is more than just, reading the back of the shingle packet, right?
Right, we're talking about companies like CertainTeed, GAF, Owens Corning, these big names in roofing. They put a lot of research and development into their products, making them more durable, more efficient. But all that is worthless if they're not installed properly.
So it's like you could have a fancy sports car, but if you put the wrong kind of gas in it, you're not going to get the performance you're paying for.
Right. And in this case, improper installation can mean your roof fails prematurely, your warranty gets voided, you end up spending way more money in the long run.
So this is serious stuff. Choosing the right contractor is about more than just the cheapest quote. It's about making sure they understand how all these systems work together. This is really valuable information for anyone thinking about roof repair or a new roof.
Absolutely. It's an investment. You're protecting your home.
Okay, so we've talked about how things can go wrong, but how do we spot those problems before they turn into a major headache? Bob mentions these telltale signs that your roof needs attention. Walk us through those.
All right, some are pretty obvious. The classic is, of course, leaks, water stains. If you see those on your ceilings or walls, that's a clear sign that something's wrong.
Okay, that one's easy enough. What about the less obvious signs?
Keep an eye out for damaged shingles. Missing, cracked, curled, those are all red flags. And then there's one that people often miss, a sagging roof line.
Oh, a sagging roof line. What does that mean?
That's a sign you do not want to ignore. It could mean you have serious structural problems and you need to get a professional out there ASAP.
Got it. Sagging roof equals time to call the experts.
Absolutely. And then there's this one sneaky clue that often goes unnoticed. Have you ever noticed a lot of little shingle granules in your gutters?
Shingle granules. I never really thought about that. What does that tell you?
It's a subtle sign that your shingles are starting to wear down. Those little granules actually protect your roof from the elements.
So if you see a lot of those in your gutters, it means your shingles are losing their protection, and you might need to get them looked at soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's those little details that can give you a heads up about the health of your roof.
Wow, that shingle granule thing is a real eye-opener. Makes you realize how much we miss just by not looking up.
Right.
But even if you spot a problem, then you got to know how to find the right person to fix it.
Exactly. Picking a roofing contractor can feel a little bit like walking through a minefield, but Bob gives some good advice on how to make it less stressful.
Okay, let's break it down. He mentions checking credentials, asking for references, and getting a detailed estimate. So first things first, credentials. What should we be looking for there?
The most important thing is making sure they're licensed and insured. That's non-negotiable. It protects both you and the contractor if anything goes wrong during the job.
Right, so it's not just about their expertise. It's also about legal protection and making sure everything's on the up and up.
Right. Don't be shy about asking for proof of those credentials. Any reputable contractor will be happy to show them to you.
Now, what about those manufacturer certifications we were talking about before? How much do those matter?
Those are actually really important. It means the contractor has gone through specific training from the people who make the roofing materials like CertainTeed or GAF. It's basically a guarantee that they know how to install those products the right way.
So it's not just about knowing how to put shingles on a roof. It's about knowing the specific techniques for those particular shingles.
Exactly. And that can have a big impact on how well the roof performs and how long it lasts. Plus, it can affect your warranty. Some manufacturers won't honor the warranty unless the roof was installed by a certified contractor.
Makes sense. You don't want to void your warranty just because the contractor didn't do things by the book. Okay, so credentials are checked. What about references? What should we be asking previous clients?
References can tell you things you won't find on a business card. You can get a sense of how reliable they are, how good their work is, and how well they communicate.
It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look at what it's really like to work with them.
Exactly. Ask for a list of recent clients you can talk to. And when you do, be specific. Ask them if they were happy with the final product. Did the project stay on schedule? Did the contractor stick to the budget? Were there any surprises or communication problems along the way?
Good questions. Hearing about how they handle past projects can tell you a lot about how professional they are and how they deal with problems.
Right. And finally, we come to the estimate. A good contractor will give you a detailed, transparent estimate.
Bob really stresses that in the guide. What exactly should that estimate include?
It should lay out the entire scope of the work so there's no confusion. It should list all the materials, the labor costs, permits, disposal fees, everything.
No hidden costs, no surprises.
Exactly. A thorough estimate shows the contractors being upfront and honest about pricing, which builds trust. It also allows you to compare apples to apples when you're getting quotes from different contractors.
Right, you want to make sure you're comparing the same things. That transparency is key, especially with something as big as a roof. So we've covered credentials, references, estimates. Are there any other red flags people should watch out for when they're choosing a contractor?
Pay attention to how they communicate. Are they responsive? Do they answer your questions? Do they take the time to explain things clearly?
So it's not just about their technical skills, it's also about how they treat you as a customer.
Exactly. Roofing projects can be disruptive and stressful. A good contractor can make that whole process a lot easier by communicating well.
All of this is super helpful. It feels much less intimidating now. Bob also spends a lot of time talking about the long-term benefits of taking good care of your roof. We touched on this earlier, but I think it's worth diving a little deeper.
Definitely. It's about changing the way we think about roof repair. Instead of seeing it as a necessary evil, we should think of it as an investment. It's an investment in your home, your comfort, and your peace of mind.
Bob uses a good analogy in his guide. He compares a house to a car. You wouldn't skip regular maintenance on your car, right?
Right. Nobody wants their car to break down, especially in the middle of a long trip.
And just like regular oil changes and tire rotations keep your car running smoothly, staying on top of roof maintenance ensures your home stays protected and comfortable for years to come.
It's part of being a responsible homeowner.
So what are some of the specific long-term benefits people can expect from a well-maintained roof?
Well, first and foremost, it protects your home's value. Your home is probably your biggest investment, and a bad roof can seriously hurt its resale value.
Right. If you have water damage or mold or structural problems, that's a huge turnoff for buyers.
Exactly. A well-maintained roof not only prevents those costly problems, but also adds curb appeal. It shows potential buyers that the house has been well cared for.
Like the old saying goes, a stitch in time saves nine. Spend a little on roof repair now, save yourself a lot of money and headaches down the road.
Right. And then there's the comfort factor. A leaky roof can make your home cold, drafty, and damp, especially during bad weather.
It makes it hard to relax and enjoy your house when you're constantly fighting drafts or worrying about leaks.
Exactly. But a well-maintained roof creates a tight seal, keeps the elements out, and helps maintain a comfortable temperature inside.
So it's about creating a safe, comfortable haven for you and your family.
And that peace of mind is priceless.
So to recap, finding the right contractor is key. Check those credentials, talk to references, and get a detailed estimate.
And remember, those long-term benefits, protecting your investment, staying comfortable, and having peace of mind.
It's a good reminder that your roof plays a big role in your home's health and safety. Now, about that small step we challenged you with in the last part, did you have any more thoughts about what you can do today to check on your roof?
It doesn't have to be anything major. You could just walk around your house, take a look for any of those warning signs we talked about, or schedule a professional inspection for a more thorough assessment.
Good idea. Even a small step can make a big difference in the long run.
It's amazing how much we've learned about roof repair just from digging into Bob's guide.
Right. It really changes the way you think about that part of your house. I mean, I always knew it was important, but
It's easy to forget about it until there's a problem. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say.
yeah, but after this deep dive, I'm seeing it in a whole new light. It's not just about fixing leaks. It's about protecting your biggest investment.
Exactly. And like we were talking about before, a well-maintained roof can actually increase your home's value.
Think about it. If you were buying a house, would you rather get one with a brand new roof or one that looks like it's seen better days?
I mean, obviously the one with the new roof. It just gives you that peace of mind knowing you're not going to have to deal with any surprises.
Right. And it's not just for people who are planning to sell. Even if you're staying, put a good roof protects your investment for the long haul.
It's like preventative maintenance, you know? Fix the small problems now before they turn into big, expensive disasters later.
And we can't forget about comfort. A leaky roof can make your house drafty, damp, chilly.
Yeah, nobody wants to live in a house that feels like a cave.
Exactly. A well-maintained roof keeps those elements out and makes your home a comfortable, cozy place to be.
It's about having a space where you can truly relax and not have to worry about the weather.
So as we wrap things up here, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I hope they'll remember that roof repair is an investment. It's an investment in their home, their comfort, and their peace of mind.
It's about being proactive, knowing the signs of trouble, and finding the right people to take care of it.
And hopefully Bob's guide has given everyone the information they need to do just that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic resource. We'll make sure to link to it in the show notes so everyone can check it out.
Awesome.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us as we explored the world of roof repair. Hopefully you learned a thing or two and feel more confident about tackling those roofing challenges.
And remember, folks, a roof over your head is a beautiful thing. Take care of it.
Until next time, stay curious and keep on digging.